at the rhythm of the song. Well, I was wide awake until the dawn upon her face, and the echoes of our song as it hummed along. So stay with me, you are my missing pieces. Oh, you are my missing pieces. You are my missing pieces. So won't you stay with me?
Happy Monday morning.
It is kind
Hello,
of.
everyone. Yeah, Johnny and I had a rough afternoon yesterday. Both of our favorite teams in American football did not
Crushing
fare
defeats.
well.
Crushing, heart-wrenching defeats. So
Both games were
he's
terrible.
he's a Washington Commanders fan. I am a Buffalo Bills fan, and
We need some healing today, and what better way
yeah,
to do it than with our
seriously.
dear friend Charlie. Just a heads up, we are having a few issues with volume. We checked my system audio, so Brigitte in the chat. She's going to text me if there's anything obvious. But if you're having trouble hearing one of us, but the audio is really loud or soft, I'll do my best to adjust as we go.
Mm,
So we appreciate your feedback on that.
yes.
The plan. Welcome everybody in the chat. The plan today is to take on 4 songs from ZHOU SHEN from the time period of 2014 to 2016.
Oh,
He did perform more than 4 songs in that 3-year span. So this is just a light touch upon that period. The world tour is a 10-year anniversary tour. It's kind of the 10 years since his rise, I believe. That's where
okay.
that title comes from. Maybe there's a very specific anniversary. If that's the case, please let us know. And oh my goodness, yes, happy Chinese New Year. I see that in the chat. Max
Oh,
and
yes.
everybody. I
Nice.
think it's tomorrow. Is this the eve? Chinese New Year Eve? Eve? Maybe 2 eves, 2 days away. So it's very exciting to do this. And we're going to be back next week and the week after that, each week doing 3 to 4 songs from a time period leading up to the concert itself at Las Vegas. Johnny and I will be there for the Dolby Live at Park MGM on February 28th on the Friday performance. We're going to see you guys at that concert, but we're going to be there the whole weekend. So we're going to arrange a meetup the following day because we know a lot of you have tickets for the March 1st, and we'll divulge information regarding that when we get a little bit closer, but we'd love to meet as many of you as possible, whoever's going to be
Yep.
there that weekend between the 2 performances. So
Absolutely.
let's see what's next. What's
Let's
next?
see.
Is your line, your famous line.
Oh, it's so famous. If you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe and ring that bell so you always know what we are up to at all times.
Yes. And please be sure to click on the link below in the description to help support this page by buying us a coffee, 3 or 5 or 10, as the song says that Johnny's singing there. You can even become a member, a Thronely member that has all sorts of exclusive perks, including access to our Sunday shorts, our little mini reactions that come out every week that you select as members. And we also have Thronely only events that you can be a part of and help vote on which songs we're reacting to. And while you're there, you can check out the shop if you're interested in songwriting lessons with Johnny or singing lessons with Richard. That's me.
That's you. You're Richard.
Over here. Okay. So the first song we're going to check out, this is based on a collection of things. One is we have a ton of requests for ZHOU SHEN, of course, and we've got a lot we're going to continue to circle back to. But we also had help from Gaia, Sarah, and the entire team,
The
as
team.
usual, for the Charlie ZHOU SHEN North American Fan Club, which we will have links in the description, also in the comments after, because they helped us out with some lyric translations that aren't a part of all the videos today. The first video we're going to watch is on the International Fan Club. It is A Beautiful Mistake from 2014. And this is going to be transparent because it's like one of the voice contests.
And we have the worst luck with this type of thing with copyright issues, so we're just going to play it safe.
We appreciate your patience,
just
particularly with shows like this. And so we got a little bit of an interview here. We got some closed captions, so we're going to watch that. And I think it's time to jump in. I did want to mention the coffees that do come in. Of course, we're always grateful, but very specifically during this podcast, anything that comes in is going directly to our travel, our flights, our hotel, and all that to see Charlie in person. So we greatly appreciate your support. Just like that one. That could be more on cue.
Yes, indeed. Jalen, thank you so much for the 10 coffees right off the bat.
Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it.
That so much.
All right, here we go.
在好声音的舞台上，我个人在3季好声音当中，听到他唱歌让我最惊讶的一个人，就是那个声音条件真的是太特别了。他曾经在乌克兰是学医的，哇，是一位医学院的学生，然后才转投了音乐系。他唱了一首歌《冰雪奇缘》的主题曲叫《Let It Go》，让他声名鹊起。事实上，我们都说他的声音跨越了年纪，跨越了性别。他叫做周深，掌声欢迎周深，再次震撼我们。
大家好，我叫周深，来自贵州贵阳。我从小就特别喜欢唱歌，然后，但是就大家会觉得我的声音很奇怪。就从小学到初中，尤其是初中的时候，就班里的同学就会嘲笑的话语，他们就会说什么“很娘啊”之类的，然后就会导致我有一点不自信，然后就在学校的一次十佳歌手比赛里面，然后就算是在大家面前展现了我的声音。然后那个时候一开始也是特别害怕，但是后面反响还不错，然后就感觉自己好像是可以唱歌的。然后就在我喜欢我唱歌的那个人群里面，就是我注意到一个特别的女生，就是我感觉她很温柔，也很温暖，就是她给我的感觉就是从来没有的感觉吧。然后但是因为比较内向，所以也就一直不敢怎么去接近啊。然后就后面就稍微的那么小说了一句，也算是表白的话，但是结果应该大家也猜得到。所以今天我就想给大家唱一首《没错》，我希望把这首歌送给当时我暗恋的那个人。然后我要告诉你，就是希望你能够找到对你好的人，然后你喜欢的人，一直开心下去。谢谢。
Is this a typical format for the voice of China? Because here it's like there's a backstory that's just, only us viewers watch. The audience in the moment don't have any insight to their personality or why they chose that song. So I find this interesting because you get a sense of the person and the meaning behind it, which I think is awesome, versus just a cold response to the voice for the first time, which has its benefits too, of course, in the shock value aspect. But
do they don't play the backstories live for the American?
Well, maybe they do.
Yeah,
that's actually a good question.
Maybe on the screen, but
you don't get a sense of the personality, in the level of comfort or nervousness, and all those things that show up speaking to the audience. It just makes it a little bit more, I don't know, visceral, I would imagine, as an audience member.
Right.
I thought that was kind of cool. All right, here we go. Okay, it's kind of returning back to the show here. Okay. That makes more sense. Thank you for clarifying.
带来相约，他在海边山盟海誓，却找错地方，来到一座游泳池。埋怨或许蓝的美丽，你我就从哪里开始？蓝色的涟漪铺展一段回忆。 钻石，不曾看见它的瑕疵，把它镶在我的戒指，我也没发现有什么损失。让我看清永世，理智无补于事，至少我就这样开心过一阵子。不管他是真的，你是假的，谁是目的地，能自以为是也是种恩赐。不是来得太快，就是来得太迟，美丽的错往往最接近真实。尽管昏迷，有时梦醒，有时不坚持。人生最大的快乐也不过如是，所谓醉生梦死，大概就是这个意思。
A quick pause. I often, when I sing, and I encourage this with my students too, to try to find a personal connection to a song, you know, a past love or current love or future love, you know, whatever the situation relative to the lyrics are. But to share that with your audience, here's specifically who, per se, it just is. I can't imagine her like watching this. Listening
Yeah,
to
he
this.
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't generally divulge that information too much. So it's
Yeah, it
definitely-
just makes
yeah.
it feel like you're just that one layer closer to
Yeah,
to him, you know, to share that so warmly, and makes it special for her. But also, as a listener, it makes me reflect more specifically towards like a high school love or something too, as opposed to just how I might
hmm
react to it otherwise. So it puts you more closer to his intention and the purity in his tone, just the crystal high notes, just so gentle, so Charlie.
right from the start. Yeah, like I said, as we discussed in the beginning, we both woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. I did not feel good coming into this show, and his tone is and this is not just hyperbole. Like it's actually, it's so healing, and it's making me feel better. It's literally making me feel better. It just, and I don't know, it just enters you like not many other voices can do. Yeah, and he's great, and I love this early version of him too, and it's still has those elements that he still has today. I mean, he's perhaps, you know, a tiny bit more refined now, but you
in
know,
his
it's still,
artistry overall, yeah,
yeah.
knowing who he is a little bit more and everything, sure.
But the pieces are just have been there, you know, and he still sounds just as, you know, it's, you know, those early performances. Sometimes you get that somebody says sounds so young and pure. He still has that purity, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's still as crystal clear as it was even in this early performance.
Yeah. And I just remembered, my apologies, because the fan club, North American ZHOU SHEN fan club, I think I said that backwards, hooked me up with a little more information regarding this. So I totally forgot. So this was, the original singer was Frey Wong, released in 2003. And the song, as we know, expresses a permissive attitude towards love. Although it's known to be a mistake or just a dream, you'll still be fulfilled with happiness if you really cherish the encounter. I love the way they phrase that. ZHOU SHEN lost in the singing contest, Voice of China Season 3, but was invited to return in a later episode in which he received the greatest admiration from the two judges, who accurately predicted ZHOU SHEN's would hit the big time someday.
Mm-hmm.
So I forgot I had that information. Sorry about that.
Mm.
All right, let's continue.
Yes. Thanks, mademoiselle. Aiden as well. I'll be
我
fine.
感情用事，理智无补于事，至少我就这样开心过一阵子。不管他是真的，你是假的，谁是目的地，能自以为是也是种恩赐。不是来得太快，就是来得太迟，美丽的错误往往最接近真实。尽管昏迷，有时梦醒，有时不坚持，人生最大的快乐也不过如是。所谓醉生梦死，大概就是这个意思。我想天意就是这个意思。
谢谢。
Beautiful.
掌声送给周深。
I'm gonna play this out. Let's see what the judges are saying here.
两位是第一次听周深的表演，你又震到了两位老师。
哦，我觉得周深，你的
太惊讶了
你的声音真的会让人家掉泪，
谢谢谢谢。
真的。你是
如果第一届我在现场，我根本就不会把他淘汰。我觉得这种歌手太难得了，好像你这种歌手，他真的是穿越了性别，穿越了什么？其实我听歌来说，他的意境跟 feel 都很好。
他让我想到那个 Vitas，
Vitas，
我觉得他的声音太可怕了。我觉得特别是你在高音的地方，真的是，我刚听的时候，我的鸡皮疙瘩真的就掉满地。
我也很惊讶，
不可思议。
当我听到你唱歌的时候，其实我有很多的这个设想，我感觉到你可以唱卡通片的歌曲，也可以唱古装片的歌曲，也甚至也可以发挥出自己一种新的一种。
我觉得如果
Yes.
我是一个制片，我下一步要拍一个这个历史古装剧，我第一个人选一定找你，你来唱的话，我的票房一定多加1个亿。
哇，如获至宝的。
Yeah, his ticket sales are so insane. He keeps adding tours or adding shows in cities because I think I don't know if Charlie himself, but because he's so humble, I'm sure this is the case, but his team even underestimated the reach he has created. Or, this is 10 years ago, but over the past 10 years, and now this world tour is just selling out immediately, adding tour dates is just.
I mean, yeah, like we said before, you've been to some pretty big shows, and so have I, and it's never that hard to get tickets. This is like the hardest. This has been, that whole ordeal was just so amazingly. I can't believe you ended up getting them.
Yeah,
but,
it was daunting.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. The other thing I wanted to point out, again, I'll let this play, but before I forget, when he was singing this song, I noticed he had his eyes closed for quite a bit of it, more so than he normally does. I don't know if that was because this is a little bit earlier in his career, and now he's got a little bit more stage confidence, per se, or if it was just simply more introspective and just reflective into what he was singing about or who he was singing to. I'm not sure, but
maybe a little of the shyness, because he did refer to his introvertedness in the beginning, so possibly that's.
It may be there. I know sometimes if sound isn't that good, I find myself closing my eyes because I'm trying to hear everything too. Sometimes that assists as well, but I don't think that's the case in a show like this.
Yeah. Well, whether it was intentional or not, it definitely was effective. And I love him on that song. So that was that's a cover song, I'm imagining, because he probably didn't have original songs at that point, right? People in the chat.
I don't think so. No, it's 2017. Next week, we will be listening to songs from his first debut album, which songs we haven't heard yet. So that'll be.
Well, I like that song though. It's very nice. It's very throwbacky. It's kind of got a little bit of that sort of 70s sound to it, but also a little musical theater.
That part reminded me a little bit of Willy Wonka, Pure Imagination.
Come with me.
It just had that very similar feeling of lift. Love to hear the
Actually, just
echo.
watched that movie.
我第一次听苏打绿啊，天上风刮着
Which- where you got his name
天上
from?
飞，
Willy
清风的声音啊。
对对，无与伦比。
Oh,
To
Wait, what
Charlie,
that?
from that, you guys have shared with us, which is just amazing.
oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
美丽，那种感动给我的震撼，在舞台上出现了这么一种声音，
我这边补充一下，我觉得你是目前我这样听到，我觉得唯一我认为可以走出中国的声音。
强推荐，周深，两位要不要考虑一下？当然后面还有候选人，好吗？周深，祝你好运。
That's awesome that he was able to accomplish that.
Yeah.
Just beautiful.
Yeah. Let me thank the coffee buyers in
Yes,
the
I'll
meantime.
set up
while
the
we're
next
set up
song.
setting them. Angela, thank you for your 10 coffees.
Thank you, Angela.
And she said, at work, support your Vegas trip, ZHOU SHEN. Thank you so much. And then
By the way, you are using your work time very effectively. Thank you for watching.
I love the people that skip work to watch us. I get a fiendish delight.
Go on. Well,
and then we got Vivian. Thank you so much for the 5 coffees that you bought as well.
thank you. And you'll get a little Johnny-O sometime this week. A little video thank you. Okay, next song is...
There's
This
nothing to
one is Across the Ocean to See You. This is released or performed in 2015 at the City of China Spring.
He's talking about us.
The original singer Wawa King, or Kim Chi Kyung, was released in 1991. It's a song about long-distance relationships, telling how difficult and precious it is for the lovers being able to see each other. This song can be a realistic portrayal of Shenmi, the ZHOU SHEN fans, of course, who traveled from all over the world to China to support him. And in response to his love of the fans, he is now stepping out into the world to meet them in return, which that's a beautiful sentiment related to the meaning of the song. Now, we don't have closed captions for this one, but we have the idea of what the song's about. After the live stream, as soon as it's done, Brigitte is going to pin a comment, so you'll be able to see at the top. We'll have lyrics for the remaining 3 songs we're going to react to. So all the lyrics translated to English will be available there for those of you who want to go back and explore that as you listen to the songs, which we encourage, of course, as well as links to the original recording that we are reacting to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
为你我用了半年的积蓄，漂洋过海的来看你。为了这次相聚，我连见面时的呼吸都曾反复练习。言语从来没能将我的情意表达千万分之一。为了这个遗憾，我在夜里想了又想，不肯睡去。记忆它总是慢慢的累积在我心里，无法抹去。为了这个承诺，我在最绝望的时候都忍着不哭泣。陌生的城市啊，熟悉的角落里，也曾彼此安慰，也曾相拥叹息，不管将会面对什么样的结局，在漫天风沙里望着你远去，我竟悲伤得不能自已。多盼能送君千里，直到山穷水尽，一生和你相依。
So delicate.
Yeah, that's exactly the word I was thinking of. It's that sonic, gentle hug It's a sonic snuggle
It is.
that you get from
It is a
Charlie.
sonic
I don't know how
snuggle.
else to say it. It's a sonic snuggle.
Yeah,
Um,
and this song in particular, not too crazy range wise, sort of, in a limited space, but doesn't matter.
Well,
Does
part
not
of
matter.
why that sounds so sensitive and delicate is because even though it's a limited range, the range that he's singing in is the passaggio. It's that space that is the folds are not fully thick or fully thin. It's a more skilled. It requires more skill to sing in that range of notes, but it gives you a sense of. I'm just gonna repeat the words, delicate and everything. But what's the word I want to use? It's sensitivity. There's a sensitivity to the tone that is produced in any voice in that range. So then you take his frequency, his voice, and in that space, and it just really makes it special.
Yeah, and his passaggio, which we've talked about before as well, is just it's amazing because usually you can hear that in a singer because it is that sort of transitionary
You don't
place
hear.
from your chest voice into your head voice, and usually for a less skilled singer you can hear that shift, and sometimes it's a good intentional change, for
Of course,
an emotional
it can
effect.
be effective.
But usually the people that do it, they're doing it not intentionally, and you can hear that transition, and you can pick it out because you're a great vocal
It's
coach, and
just
you can
years
hear
and
those
years
little
of listening for
you know.
it. Sure,
I still can't quite hear it. I'm just
it's
he does
such
it.
a
He
magical
covers it up
space.
so seamlessly. Yeah.
Real quick, I want to thank all of these incredible super chats from Chris. Thank you. We have super sticker from this individual. I can't say your name. Thank you. We have Faye E. Thank you so much. We have Bernadette Lang. If I'm saying your name correctly, thank you. And Chunyi Pong. Thank you very much.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
We had
supporting this
some
trip.
copies come in. So we got
Chinese
DV
frozen.
bought us 5 copies. Thank you for acting the ZHOU Shen. Have fun in Vegas. We will, my friend.
We hope to see some of you there.
And Charity bought us 3 copies. Enjoy. Good, healthy.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys are amazing.
陌生的城市啊，熟悉的角落里，也曾彼此安慰，也曾相拥叹息，不管将会面对什么样的结局，在漫天风沙里望着你远去，我竟悲伤得不能自已，多盼能送君千里，直到山穷水尽，一生和你相依，多盼能送君千里，直到山穷水尽，一生和你相依。
Something else I think we keep overlooking because I don't ever want to take this man for granted musically or skillfully, right? But it's easy to because you become accustomed to a skill level that is you just come to expect. The precision of his intonation.
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah.
It's unreal.
I mean, those little. I mean, it's always right on. There's never.
Because I
even a
want to
hint
be
flat.
like very often you
wanna-
hear like a little micro slide, a little glissando. Like I have to find it, and you just don't hear that. It's almost like he's playing it like you just sit on the piano and that note, and then there's that note, without sacrificing tone or breath control or anything else. Just the precision is just outstanding in that.
It's like a master dartist. Just bullseye,
Dartist.
bullseye. I don't think that's the term.
It
for
is.
You know
It
what
is
I mean?
A master dartist giving you a sonic snuggle. That is our summary of today. Okay, moving on to song number 3. Pull this up. Oh, we had another super chat come in as well. Thank you, Chen Simon. Thank you very much for your...
Yes, and my new theme song, Because I Freezes.
That might be accurate. All right, we are now on to 2016. Ellie Wang, thank you for your super sticker as well. This is Early Rain. This is a music video we're going to watch. And the original singer is Lin-an. I believe I'm saying the name correctly. This was the theme song for the mobile game, The Legend of Water Margin. And this is the cute version, released in 2016. ZHOU SHEN delivered the song with his delicate and gentle voice, which soothes the souls for everybody. Where did Johnny go? I don't know. We just couldn't have one live stream without technical glitch. We can't. We're not allowed a single live stream without something going terribly wrong.
Oh my god.
Anyway, let's see. It is considered another masterpiece of ZHOU SHEN's Chinese ancestry music with after Big Fish, which we have reacted to. So I'm looking forward to hearing this. Before I do, can you read that? It's going to disappear too quick for me to read it.
Mademoiselle Maxi. Oh, hold on. I'll read it. I got it here. More coffees or your poison of choice for the Vegas Rager. Is going to have to start saving my pennies to meet ZHOU SHEN in London for Valentine's too. Thank you, Mademoiselle Maxime. 5 coffees. Thank you so much.
And I hope you're able to get to that concert if you don't already have tickets. We're just tickle pink that we get to experience his voice in person and hopefully meet many of you. We're going to have a meetup that weekend. And oh my god, what is happening? Johnny has to keep calling back in. In the meantime, thank you, Ping H, and thank you, Jessica, and thank you, Anna, for your super chats. What is happening?
It's never had.
Okay. Let's continue.
At least yours isn't going down, because that would be a bigger problem.
That would be a bigger issue for sure. All right, here we go.
Jeez.
Floating lanterns.
临安初雨，一叶落红，春水凝碧，断烟月成空。挥袖抚琴，七弦玲珑，芦苇刻舟与梦游。那年朱楼，惘然如梦。闲置红尘，醉饮笑惊鸿。皓月长歌，把酒临风。清杯长饮，尽成红。浮云世尊千袖霜，弹指间昨日看流。韶华易逝，岂料心已半生。梦为心一壶浊酒，人间花雨是微笑。梦回首，走过群山环重。那年朱楼，惘然。
You want to I'm really liking about this production too is they didn't go back and do auto tune correction or anything like that. He's got these really subtle, intentional. But we just talked about those glissandos where you can be exactly on the pitch, or you can have a slight lift. So right there, he came in flat, not wrong, but had a just kind of like a little under, just a very subtle slide into it. They gave it a feeling of movement. And a lot of music coming out today, they would have just seen that as going like, oh, it's wrong. We have to lock it in or just like flatten it. And it sucks the human out of it.
You kill it.
You absolutely kill it. This is raw and I mean this in the best beautiful way. This is how it should be sung. A very skilled singer. And then they probably did they cut the vocals where they would do a what's the term?
A composite.
Thank you. A composite version. If you want to describe what that is, because you do that a lot, versus composite versus a auto-tune or Melodyne kind of thing.
Yeah, so a composite is basically you take a bunch of takes and you take the best moments from each takes. And generally speaking, if you can take bigger phrases or like a whole phrase, that's even better, but sometimes you can cut it up. I feel like with singers like Charlie, they'll take bigger phrases just because he can do it. That's what they used to do with Whitney Houston. Like she used to just go in and sing maybe 10 takes all the way through.
Yep. That was her
and then
thing.
They would just take the best moments because, it's like if you have 10 moments, there's going to be 10, choices, So yeah, that's probably what they did here. And
I would imagine. As opposed to taking the track or whatever is that comp is that it's called, and then going through and adjusting timing or pitch. And it doesn't sound this sounds like they just left it completely alone, as they should, which again makes it just more connected in so many ways. And what's interesting too is Whitney, just using that example, 10 takes through for like I Will Always Love You from Bodyguard. And then the engineer producer, then she leaves. She sings those 10, and then the poor engineer is left with 10 amazing performances. They're like,
yeah,
this verse, like how do you pick? Like that's torture when you've got a great singer.
Right.
And then once it's finally completed, then the singer has to go back and learn that version. So when they sing it live, because they might have made different impromptu note selections or phrasing. And then they learn that, and then that's the version ultimately that they end up reliving on stage, and maybe some adjustments from there as well. So
I mean, there's always going to be a part of me that will always just have an affinity for the old Frank Sinatra days, where it was, or I just saw the Judy Garland movie with who's the actress, Renee Zellweger.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
That's great. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Thank you.
Again, those days you had one shot. that was it. And there's something magical about that. But I mean, I am a proponent for, like a little later on when they had some more technology, they could do multiple takes and kind of like punch in at times. Because you can still keep that aliveness. So
exactly.
I'm glad that they're doing that. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, let's finish watching this and we'll circle back to our coffee buyers.
那年朱楼惘然如梦，闲置红尘，醉饮笑惊鸿。皓月长歌，把酒临风，清杯长饮尽成红。
His consonants are so crisp.
何处
Pretty piece too. This is a theme for a game.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah. I mean, all we had was a
world had that for sure.
Which was actually awesome. Those old Nintendo soundtracks are pretty sweet. Yeah, he's just got one of those tones too where, I mean, take that last note for instance, where he literally does not have to adorn it with anything. There was no vibrato, there was no over, breathiness. It was just a straight note.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't even held out that long, and still, it's just
perfect.
It's magical. Yeah.
All right, real quick, super chats again. You guys are amazing. Chun Tzu, thank you so much for your support. Sharon, thank you. And Charlotte, I believe I mentioned already as well. Thank you so much for the super chats. Incredibly generous, and again, we appreciate your support, and we're going to do our best in our travel vlog, our adventures to Las Vegas, and to share our experience with all of you as best we can in doing this. So thank you.
Yes, and also thank you to Pepio Chen for your 3 coffees. And they say thank you for acting and loving ZHOU Shen. Our pleasure. Our pleasure is all ours. Believe us. Welcome to becoming a Shenmi. Looking forward to your feedback on ZHOU Shen's live performance at the Las Vegas concert. And we had a couple more while I read that.
Yes.
Thank you to Kate. I like your reactions about ZHOU Shen. Have fun with him in Vegas. Can't wait for this tour. And Gray Cats, thank you for your coffee. Enjoy your show to Vegas. Safe trip. And tell Charlie we all love him. We will definitely do that.
Thank you all. And we genuinely hope to meet up with as many, if you are going to Vegas, we'll again announce a time and place and everything. And we'd love to meet you in person. I think that would be so much fun. We're going to meet, Sarah's going to be there. We get to meet Sarah in person. Finally. Right. It's awesome. Okay, our last song for today. Remember, we will be back next week, and the week after, and the week after, and the week after, and the week after. Limited series podcast here. This is Half of My Juice for You is the name of the song. So it's a really fun title.
You should have sang that to the girl that he liked.
Right?
Yeah.
Good Voice Challenge. This is a TV show from 2016. It's a cover originally sung by a German singer, Sasha, in 1998. The Chinese version was arranged by Wauki Da in 2006 and gained great popularity. ZHOU Shen performed this song in 2 distinctive styles. The first part was rearranged into a romantic ballad, while the second part returned to the funky and playful vibe. Very entertaining and joyful piece of music. All right, here we go. Again, lyric translations will be pinned in the comments after the live stream, all translated by our ZHOU Shen North American fan club friends.
确定不是同一首歌的伴奏吗？
We're gonna do duos with Hack and Lee in the future for sure.
果汁分你一半，爱相互扶持。今夜的我每밤也会想到浪漫。
Like when it gets clear there.
果汁分你一半，我也叫你买单。谁跟谁别心酸，我果汁分你一半。哒啦啦，
像大鱼吗？好像大鱼哦。
啦啦啦啦啦啦。
right, second half.
你吐多了啊！
Here we go.
Is he going reggae?
I hope so.
当时恍然自然，我的眼神交换，我果汁分你一半。我喜欢你稍微不舒服要偷懒，我果汁分你一半。偶尔你也会乱发脾气不敢管，我果汁分你一半。相见先后空针，啦啦啦啦啦啦，我果汁。
Oh, I just read this. Sally, thank you for this. This song is chosen by another singer in the show who tried to trick him to perform a song that was not regarded within his genre. You can't do that to him.
You can't do it.
It's not
You
possible.
do it all.
He can do metal. He can do Chinese opera, the Peking era. He could do pop.
Reggae.
Reggae, apparently.
分你一半，月亮弯弯，绵绵绵绵缠缠，果汁分你一半，爱相互分担。长路漫漫，磕磕磕磕绊绊，果汁分你一半，爱相互扶搀。我要那个那个那个那个那个那个那个那个那个啊！要那个那个那个那个那个那个那个那个哎！我要那个那个那个那个那个
I love what a free spirit he is.
我要那个那个那个那个那个那个那个那个那个啊！月亮弯弯，绵绵绵绵缠缠，果汁分你一半，爱相互分担。长路漫漫，磕磕磕磕绊绊，果汁分你一半，爱相互扶搀，爱相互扶搀。
There's not many artists that we react to that can make you laugh and cry. Like a lot of artists are, very serious. They can trigger the emotions and, make you cry or, but to bring forth
Some are a little more fun, entertaining by nature. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's such a balance with him in his vulnerability that allows he allows himself to be genuine to who he is. And of course that transcends to all of us and it gives us the feeling of permission to be the same way. I just love that about him.
And to be able to do that within a 4-minute span, I mean, on a dime, to
Right?
just go from this super serene, just beautiful, peaceful. I mean, his breathy tone was just healing.
Mm-hmm.
And then just to go into the fun reggae beat, and we've talked about before his ability to sing pop music, and contrasting that with his obvious ability to do traditional and more operatic style songs, which he's just, I mean, transcendent is not even the right word to describe those. And to be able to do those two completely different styles, because they are. I mean, the delivery is different, the way you sing and bend into notes, the vibrato's different,
breathe,
the way you articulate things, the way you punch notes,
your
totally
stage presence
different.
is different. Even your posture, your body language, everything.
Yeah. And to be able to do both of them, not even just convincingly well, but to make it seem like that is your natural style, I mean, that's a gift.
Having said that, he did have a sip of something to help him transition from one to the other, so we don't know what was in that drink.
What was that? Yeah. God, he's just, I don't know, he's
Really?
One of our favorites. Yeah. He's brilliant.
Shirley
Absolutely.
Lau and Yuit, if I'm saying your name correctly, thank you so much for the super chat. I believe you had another coffee sneak in there.
Yes, Kiki. Don't go breaking my heart. I couldn't if I tried.
Oh, this is an unfortunate freeze frame.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I know it feels short because usually we're here for 90 minutes or more when it comes to Charlie, but we are back next week. Every week, the date is going to be a little bit different, so be sure to check for the listings as to which day it'll be at the same time, Monday or Tuesday, I believe, next week. And we're going to come back for 4 more on our journey, our countdown to Charlie in Las Vegas. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, all of our Throne members. And thank you to the Charlie ZHOU SHEN, North American Fan Club. Be sure to check them out as well for your assistance in our song selections and our lyric translations. We hope you all have an amazing day. And
bye, guys.
Happy New Year! Happy Chinese New Year!
Thank you guys so much.
Bye.